In the spring of 1846, a group of nearly 90 pioneers gathered in Springfield, Illinois, full of hope and ambition. They were farmers, merchants, and families who dreamed of a better life in California, where land was abundant and opportunities were said to be endless. The group would later become known as the Donner Party. At first, their journey was like many others on the Oregon and California trails. They traveled in covered wagons, moving slowly westward across prairies and rivers. The wagons cracked under the weight of supplies, while oxen trudged forward through the endless plains. Spirits were high, and the children played along the dusty trail. But trouble began when they decided to follow a new route, promoted by a man named Lansford Hastings. He claimed this Hastings cutoff would shorten their journey by 300 miles. It was a dangerous gamble. Instead of saving time, the route led them through rugged mountains and the barren Great Salt Lake Desert, costing them precious weeks and exhausting both their animals and their people. By October 1846, winter had already begun to creep across the Sierra Nevada. Snowstorms came earlier than expected when the Donner Party reached the mountain pass that would later bear their name. They found it completely buried in heavy snow, over 20 feet deep in some places. They could go no further. Trapped in the mountains, the group set up makeshift camps near what is now Donner Lake. At first, they survived on the supplies they had left: flour, beans, and dried wheat. But as the weeks dragged on, the food dwindled. Oxen and horses, once essential the pulling wagons, were slaughtered for meat. Soon even those were gone. Families boiled animal hides and chewed on leather just to quiet their hunger. Then came the most chilling chapter of their history. Starvation consumed the camp. The snow never stopped falling, and people began to die, first from exhaustion, then from hunger and disease. Desperate to survive, some members of the party turned to the unthinkable. They ate the bodies of the dead. One rescue attempt, known as the Forlorn Hope, saw a group of 15 set out on foot, trying to cross the snowy mountains to find help. They carried only a little food and no proper winter clothing. One by one, they collapsed in their desperation. The two resorted to cannibalism, eating the flesh of those who had died to stay alive long enough to reach safety. Back at the camp, those who remained endured months of hunger, isolation, and despair. Children cried through the freezing nights, and parents prayed for rescue that never seemed to come. Some reportedly lost their sanity, unable to bear the horrors surrounding them. Finally, in February 1847, after 4 long, hellish months, a relief party arrived. The rescuers were horrified by what they found: skeletal survivors, haunted by what they had been forced to do. Out of the 87 who had set out, only 48 survived. The story of the Donner Party shocked the nation. Newspapers called it both a tragedy and a warning. It revealed the brutal reality of westward expansion. Behind the dream of California's golden promise lay unforgiving landscapes, deadly weather, and the terrifying choices humans might make when pushed to their limits. Even today, the name Donner Pass carries an eerie weight. Travelers who drive through the Sierra Nevada sometimes say they feel a chill, not just from the cold mountain wind but from the memory of those who suffered there. A story of hope, desperation, and the darkest depths of human survival.